operating on, if you like. His game needs a little tighten up, a refresher course, whatever it is, more regular. Ronnie's, I think, just given something to work on less frequently, but you're seeing some of it out there.
Yep, his technique's well under control, his mind's well under control as well. He's the full package in this game, certainly. Back we go.
Good cue ball. And the break off from Martin O'Donnell. Can play off the main bunch, get in behind, go back up to baulk behind those reds near the right hand side of the table, but looks like the up and down shot. It's become a shot that's more used now, more now than ever. I think players are reluctant to play safeties off the bunch of the pack, probably because so many of the players are great long potters these days. Don't want to stick a red over that left corner pocket.
Yeah, and also the pack opens up easier as well, so it can be an issue. Chance, but not an easy one. Well potted.
One.
I mean, he's got a perfect angle. He could play yellow into the main bunch, but I don't think that's the way Martin plays. Hit that nicely, played it well.
5.
It's coming down to see the red above the black. I'd love to be able to get on that to the right corner if it goes. Nudge the other one away, and that would really make this into a nice scoring chance. So first part of that plan, get a nice angle in the blue, which he has done. That's perfect. So he's just coming down to look at this red. Just wants to be a touch high, so he can just play with screw, and you see, knock that red away from the black and leave the black to the same pocket. Needs this cue ball to travel. He's not high in the red. Is he even on it?
11.
Well, that looks tight. You don't really want to be playing these with side spin. You can change the pot with side spin, but it causes all sorts of problems.
You'll be disappointed there because a big margin for error. Anything too hard was still going to be on that red. The only thing he couldn't do was be short.
Martin O'Donnell, 11.
Will he be disappointed with that? And not a rookie mistake, but erring on the side of the wrong side of the pot is not the way you like to play professional snooker, especially when, as you said, Stephen, there's a lot more room for error on the other side.
Foul. Martin O'Donnell, 7.
Doesn't necessarily make much difference to the situation, although, you know, those 7 points could come in handy at the end of the frame, I suppose.
Again, it was interesting, Ronnie's choice of shot there. Could have played a safety off the main bunch, as Martin is doing now, but just didn't want to open the reds and put one over the right corner. Showing respect to his opponent. This looks a good line.
Nearly. Ronnie coming up to the top to see if he does now play the main bunch, what's left of it. Trying to work out where the reds would go.
Aiming low in the cue ball, so trying to swing the cue ball round. Is he playing for the black to the same pocket? That would be an aggressive shot. He is doing. Just didn't negotiate the gap.
Looks like green and safety behind the yellow.
Green ball. Thank you. Martin O'Donnell, 1.
Decent effort, although not guaranteed to get Ronnie in all sorts of trouble. Could always possibly play to the top cushion, and Martin would then be left with a red into the middle, but not a certainty. So can Ronnie sort anything else out? He's got to avoid the double kiss, if that's on his mind, playing across the face of the red. Well, that's so unlucky for that red to go. He played it perfectly. For the red to wheedle its way across the table like that was no way of spotting that.
One.
Always difficult to guarantee position from a red right over the jaws of a pocket. Perhaps could have hit it a bit harder. He did have brown and yellow down there to play with as well.
Martin O'Donnell, 1.
Yeah, Ronnie's alignment, we'll be talking about sighting alignment. I don't necessarily see too much difference in where his eyes are over the top of the cue. I think he's still over the left eye. But he does seem to stand behind the shot a bit more to try and get the line. Be interesting to see a previous long straight shot of Ronnie's eye position over the top of the cue compared to now, but I don't think there's that much difference, if any. But it's nice to see the shot and the line of the shot when you're standing up behind it and then walk into it. That's something that a lot of players have considered over the years.
Pretty good shot. And would be, well, a lot of players, you think, an argument for saying this sort of frame would suit Martin more than Ronnie, but Ronnie's pretty adept at winning all sorts of frames. He views it as a challenge. If someone wants to make it scrappy and out safety him, he'll try and beat them at that game. Whatever any opponent brings, he wants to be the better player at it. He usually is.
Yeah, and I think that's something he didn't have in his armoury when he was younger. Now he enjoys that challenge as well. He's getting a bit tied up, this frame. A few reds moving their way towards the top cushion. Well, he's lost the cue ball, and he's hoping he hasn't done any damage. There's obviously pots on for Ronnie O'Sullivan. The positional part's very difficult. Can he get back down the table from this one near the pink spot?
One.
And what's the line like on the brown? Not good.
He's coming around to look at the pink.
Yeah.
On the screen, it looks like it's over the pocket, but believe me, it's not. Brilliant shot. Brilliant shot. Controlled.
7.
He didn't just try and pot it, he played it with stun. Long screw shot there.
Oh. 8.
You can tell from Ronnie's reaction. He got a kick.
Yeah.
Destroyed the angle of the cue ball.
Visibly see the red leave the bed of the table there.
Big pink to take on.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 8. Yeah.
And you watch the red. See the bounce. Yeah, Ronnie doesn't use this fancy chalk, that anti-kick chalk, does he? He uses the traditional chalk.
Fancy chalk. Well, he's lost the cue ball here.
1.
He really got into that shot. It's a very thin cut back on the pink. And Ronnie may well have got away with that. Pink he missed.
Well, the fact that Martin's come down to look at the reds says to me he's taken this pink on.
Yeah.
This is an aggressive shot as well.
It's funny, isn't it? Like when you're amongst the balls and you've played a shot and played a poor positional shot, there's a temptation always to carry the break on. I think he's cutting his losses here.
Arsenal double. 1.
Be tough to get a leave with those reds on the top cushion, but you never know. There is a red second to the left on the table. But Ronnie's got to be careful he doesn't leave for Martin. And can he see this? Can he swerve round it? If he had to swerve round it with right hand spin, it would be tough to get the cue ball back down the table. That would kill the pace of the cue ball off the top cushion. So tempted, but this seems a better option. Yes. Not too sure what Martin can do here. I think it'd be an amazing shot to get this cue ball off the top cushion, or off the bottom cushion and in behind the green, although the line is there, but it's very risky. Looks like he's playing safety back to the top cushion. Oh, that's a really poor shot. Really unforced as well. There were easier options than that. He was trying to play an aggressive safety. I'll give him that. But he really has butchered that shot. So a chance for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
One. Pink ball. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
Not the easiest of safeties back to balk. That's a great shot. He'll be delighted with that.
the red in the cushion, if he's trying to come thin off that. It's one of the hardest shots in snooker, when you're cueing across it, trying to get the thin contact. Very tough shot. Well, he's done not a bad job at it. It was a tough shot.
Yeah, that was an excellent shot as well. Ronnie would appear to have a far more straightforward safety now. Can he get in behind a yellow? 4 cushions. That's what he tried. Didn't get enough side spin on.
One.
Great shot, but I think you can tell. Nearly on the black. He's got to play it with side spin. He's got to flick it around, curve it around the black, flick it in.
Foul. This. Ronnie O'Sullivan 1. Martin O'Donnell 7.
It's unusual to see Ronnie take on a shot that he's not 100% certain it's going to be okay. Definitely frustrated out there. He's finding it hard to keep his focus. And say earlier, likes the challenge of winning these frames, but he still would much rather be winning frames in one visit.
Yeah, I didn't really see this performance coming after how he's been playing in this event, but every day is a different day. You've got to keep on reasserting yourself.
And the balls dictate as well, don't they? The way the balls run. I mean, nobody really likes these types of frames, do they? Did you even like this type of frame, Steve?
Even me?
Even you?
No, no. It's a great effort, that is. What a fantastic shot that is. No, I think fair to say this type of snooker's being played less and less. It was forced to be played during the 80s, a lot of scrappy frames, so you sort of had to deal with them, but you don't see Ronnie O'Sullivan getting involved in many. Same for all the top players.
And you can see at least a 10-second difference. Average shot time.
Well, I'm not too sure on the stats of Ronnie O'Sullivan's longest frame this season, but This could potentially be one of them. It's a real difficult one to see anybody resolving it quickly. All the time that red and black are together, and the pink and the blue are out of commission, more or less. The pink. Well, where's the break going to come from?
Yeah, I'm trying to organise it.
You obviously haven't asked someone.
Can you get somebody up there? Security, please, thank you. We did ask him, yeah.
I know, but they haven't done it, have they?
Well, they stopped them from over there, but they haven't stopped them from up there. Just, yeah, just get through to them.
Two main stairwells that the crowds are allowed to walk down, really in the player's eye line, regardless of what table you're on. It wouldn't really make much difference if there was a completely centre screen down the middle of the room. You'd still be able to see those two walkways. It's just occupational hazard, Stephen? I suppose so.
Yeah, it's even worse at the Crucible, isn't it? Because it's a lot tighter, the Crucible Theatre. The crowd's so much closer to the table.
Having said that, I think Ronnie O'Sullivan's got a point, because at the Masters, once play starts, they stop any crowds going into the room. They have a TV area that the people can watch. Perhaps they need to do that here.
It's impossible, isn't it, with two tables, though? People have got to come back in at some stage. The other table's at the interval before this one. It's a hard problem to solve.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, it's a tough. The logistical setup of every venue is different. Well, if this red stop, if this cue ball stops, there's a chance.
Three.
It's not guaranteed. There's a chance that Ronnie can free the red away from the black. It would have to be perfectly played.
Four.
He's on the black. He likes a slightly thinner contact on that red, but he's still on this.
11.
As it turned out, when that cue ball hit the bump of the jaws of the middle pocket, it actually helped him out a bit.
12.
Still going to be a fantastic effort to win the frame in this visit.
$19.
Ronnie uses that previous
20.
shot, screwing the cue ball off two cushions more than anyone in the game. It's a great shot to play well. It's quite straight in this red. He's going to have to play this at a bit of pace
27.
to make sure it gets out for the black.
He doesn't need the green. That's a big advantage.
28.
Obviously been able to play To such a high standard left-handed, this red shouldn't prove a problem, but he's overscrewed that.
35.
Bit more of an angle than he would have wanted. Okay, he's going to play it dead weight.
Cheers. 36.
Bit of a clever shot there, actually. You see where the cue ball is. He would have snookered Martin on that red. Should he have missed it?
Well, he's made what looked like an impossible clearance look very easy
43.
here. It's one of his great strengths. That was frame ball.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 45.
So barring snookers, it looks like Ronnie O'Sullivan will be going into the interval 3-1 in front.
It's actually a clever shot Ronnie O'Sullivan just played there. He deliberately cannoned the cue ball into the black to put it near the cushion. He took one snookering option away from his opponent.
His heart would have been in his mouth there. He didn't get that much swerve on it. A little less, he could have got it off. No. Okay, he's got the green safe, but he didn't really want to collide with the black and push it closer to the cushion. There is a bit of gap behind the black. Not much though now.
Yeah, excellent bit of cue in there.
3.
Don't think Martin will come back to the table now. Bit of a forlorn hope really in this frame now.
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
Oh,
3.
he is coming back. He's not really got many snookering options. Where the blue is, where the black is, and he's snookered himself.
He might be lucky to win one frame in 5,000 from this position. I think it's all over now. These are lined up.
Well, what a pot this is. What a pot this is.
15.
Well, perhaps not the snooker we were expecting, but a perfect century in the first frame. Ronnie Sullivan's done enough, and he leads at interval 3 frames to 1.